Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Wow, I apologize. You didn't have any intro music. My apologies, sincerely. Welcome to Wednesday Live. I am so sorry you guys had to sit there muted. Good evening, all. I was switching my music up and I forgot to make it so y'all could hear it. Let me know if the background music I have playing right now is too loud. Good evening. Oh, Robin, it's good to see you. One-Eyed Flo and Incognito Potato are here. They're mounted up. Moderators, mount up. Welcome in, everybody. I got my backup studio here. Look. Woo! Backup studio. Welcome in, everybody. It's Wednesday Night Live. It is Wednesday, July 17th. And we are taking calls tonight. The topic we're going to be talking about tonight, though, and I'd like to keep it, a little more, targeted. You don't hear the music at all right now? Am I a little quiet? Okay, thank you. Is that better? Is that much better? Let me know. Hello, hello. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, I've got Trump rally in the background. USA! USA! I love it, but I can't. Is it better now? Okay, I sound better. All right, the music should just barely be there. It's just, just to give us a little vibe. Good evening, good evening. Thank you, Myron. Yeah, we don't want the music blaring. You don't want to be able to, make out every keystroke. Okay, so we're good. Everything's good. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to J is for Justice. My name is Jay. I am your host, and this is Wednesday Live. It is Wednesday, July, do that every time, 17th, 2024. I don't know why. I think I want to be cold because it's hot AF here. I don't know if y'all are still suffering this heat exhaustion crap, but I am. It's hot. I can't do anything outside. I'm crushed. So welcome in. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about, do we think that there was a scent of Sebastian Rogers that led to this retention pond? This is driving me nuts. It's like the never answered question. We skipped fall and Christmas. No, I think I'm just back in January. That's okay. And if you've not hit that like button, please, this is a great opportunity to do so and get your...
We bought snacks because, he's 15 and snacks.
Guys, I am feeling this heat. I know it needs to go away. I want it to be January. Oh, the Northerners are so lucky. They've got their summer back. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to start out with a poll. But we don't know what the scent item that was given to them that they tracked. There's just a lot of different stories. How many dogs tracked it? How many times? Blah, blah, blah. So let's do a poll and see what you think right now. And then we're going to watch this video and then we're going to open up the phone lines. Do you believe there was a scent of Sebastian's leading to the retention pond. Because I have heard it, like I think it was Craddock said there was a scent, but it did not lead us to Sebastian. Hi, Lucia. Good evening, babe. Hi, Patrick. So, like, he said, you know, it didn't lead us to Sebastian. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't Sebastian's scent that stopped at the retention pond. So I've heard it that way. I've heard it. We did not follow a trail of Sebastian's. Then I've heard Chris Proudfoot say yes, X amount of dogs did. I've heard Seth say yes, X amount of dogs did. And then I've heard Seth say no. So I'm really confused. True crime and other stuff. Your friend passed away. I'm so sorry. We don't know what we don't know. Is that what you're talking? Is that what you're saying? If so, I'm so sorry for your loss. Cricket, that's what I think too. But go ahead and get your votes in and and why drain the pond? That's a good point, Barbie. If there was no son of Sebastian, why drain the pond? But then do we know what article was given to the police to search? So let's take a look at this video that I put together. The beginning's very interesting. Here we go.
There have been some reports saying, oh, well, the parents have been cleared. No, wrong. No one, according to Eric Craddock, who is the chief deputy with the Sheriff's Department.
His audio is
leading this
terrible.
Investigation has been cleared. No one has been cleared. They consider all options.
all the way down to Stafford and walk down towards Stafford toward our house. From our house, if you're looking at my house, I'm going to tell you where the dog scent went. They started on the front porch.
Okay.
Because off the front porch, the dogs cut to the right. They go all the way down the side of the house along the fence.
So they went to the back side, or the that
right
to the north.
If you're looking at my house,
okay,
it's going to be the right-hand side. The dog goes all the way down the fence. The dog comes all the way back up into the yard, and then it cuts diagonally to the house next door to us through their backyard. And that is the direction which the dogs take off. Now after that, that's where they get over to the main road, go up Kellen, and head over to the other subdivision.
okay. I know.
They've had dogs.
How many? Yeah, a lot of dogs.
But day one, there was 5 dogs. There was a Belgian Malinois, a blue heeler, 2 bloodhounds, and a blue tick.
I know with good dogs, like they'll do the track that's on the ground, and then if they smell a stronger scent in the air that's closer, they'll go to that direct scent. So if all the dogs were tracking actually on the ground, then I feel like this is the play, like the spot to figure it out. Because if he would have cross tracked, like actually like headed back, they should have been able to pick up on it, like a good dog.
So in the 8 days of the variance in searching, in the 8 days, on day 1 the 5 dogs did that. Out of the 8 days, 3 different dogs from 3 different groups went to that same area in that same scent. On day 1, 2 of those dogs.
He says same area, same scent. But he doesn't say it's Sebastian's scent. Just same area, same scent.
Did the same path.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that was the bloodhound and the blue tick.
It was probably a better dog.
Yeah, those 2 were probably the better ones. Now, the guy, man, I can't remember this guy. I called him Michael, but I think they call him Michelle.
Okay.
He's French.
God,
he's out of North Carolina, I believe, and he trains.
He teaches, he trains canine handlers.
Yes.
Michael or Michelle, and then we have Michaela. Make it make sense.
They brought his dogs out, and one of his dogs did that same path. From what I was told, that's why I was like, well, there we go, folks. That's why out of all the dogs, there was at least 3 consistent hits that do that
Right.
path.
And then we went to the strongest path, the strongest, most recent scent.
And there was a couple dogs, like one dog went over to Long Hole Pike and got there and he lost the scent. The rest of the dogs all picked up scents, but then they go in all different directions and they lose.
gone outside, particularly
Well,
barefoot,
I appreciate
there would definitely have been a scent trail. Now we're hearing from the Proudfoots that there was a hit around that retention pond. How far is that pond from your home, Mr. Proudfoot?
Less than probably half a mile if you walk the whole path.
Is it through wooded area? Would he have had to walk through the woods to get there?
No, ma'am. You can actually walk either the main road or the subdivision. So the construction site is a subdivision, new addition that's being built, and they have a road that's going to be tied into our subdivision. So you could actually walk up that way, or you could walk to the main road and walk into it.
Did Sebastian ever sleepwalk?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So he would have had to leave the house undetected by Katie and walk all the way to that retention pond. Did the dogs follow the trail a half a mile?
Yes, ma'am.
They followed the trail all the way to that retention pond?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we have both of them, both Chris and Katie, saying that there was a scent all the way to the retention pond. Deb K says, I think there was a scent, but I don't think it was Sebastian's. Look at Nancy. If anybody wants to scream, grab that. That's wonderful right there. And I don't know. I mean, caption Chris right here. What do you think's on his mind here? Put a couple words in chat to describe the look on his face in this interview right here. Jay, remember me talking about the scent in your chat? Vaguely, Gypsy, just because I forget, there's so much. Venna Pierce says 100% premeditated, done on 2/26 when Katie filed for divorce 2/26/16. Odds are 1 in 365. That's less than half of 1% odds. No way that's a coincidence. So Vita, who do you think it's premeditated on or by? Try to look innocent. Get me out of here. Oh, shit. Katie's trying to answer, but Chris keeps shutting her down. Foul play. The twisted tea will be good, so freaking good later. Don't give a shit. Constipated's a sin. Hi, Olive. Welcome in. Katie, okay. But do you think that she really remembers the date that she filed for divorce? Because, I don't know. Think about that for a minute. The person who actually filed probably forgot the date. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that that who would be more likely? Let's put it that way. Who would be more likely to remember the exact date that Katie filed for divorce? Katie or Seth? Put the name in chat. Who would be more likely to remember the date that Katie filed for divorce at this juncture? Katie has a new husband, a whole new family. She's moved on. Who would be more likely to remember that date? Her or him? Katie or Seth? I feel like the one who's burned would remember that most. Seth will never forget. Exactly, just Robin. He said that was the first time she ruined his life. Just because she filed doesn't mean she remembers the date. I feel like that date would be more so important to Seth than her. Mrs. Smith says Scuba Seth. And if you recall, he was asked when that was, if that date was the same date that Sebastian disappeared. And he told the interviewer, I can't remember who it was, that he would have to check his papers. The one who didn't want the divorce. Mm-hmm. Right, Vita. She probably does not like Seth. That's why the communication was going through Chris. Miss Criminal Contemplation. That's not what we're doing. So don't come in here starting and just deflecting when we're having a good conversation. This is your first and final warning. This is a missing 15-year-old kid, and no one's cleared. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Criminal Contemplation, shall we play this beginning again? Because it seems like you maybe forgot or didn't see it. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. This one's for you.
There have been some reports saying, oh, well, the parents have been cleared. No, wrong. No one, according to Eric Craddock, who is the chief deputy with the sheriff's department who's leading this investigation, has been cleared. No one has been cleared. They consider all options.
Do I need to play that again for the people in the back?
There have been some reports saying, oh, well, the parents have been cleared. No, wrong. No one, according to Eric Craddock, who is the chief deputy with the sheriff's department who's leading this investigation, has been cleared.
So we're talking about a missing 15-year-old, and no one has been cleared. And unfortunately, all three parents on this day remain suspects. He has brought more attention to that date than anyone. Right? No one has been cleared. We're not pointing fingers at anyone other than the suspects. I filed too, and I don't remember the date I filed. Hail to the no. I might remember the final date, maybe. Like the month and year I do, when it was final, but I don't remember the date I filed. How about I had such a disastrous second marriage that I don't even remember the date I got married. Mrs. Smith, I like your name. I like your change, yeah. I mean, really, when you move on and you move on with your life, you don't hold on to those dates. Chief says he wouldn't be surprised, or she. Chief's chat with the guys, I'm assuming you're a male. I wouldn't be surprised if they all know something. I wouldn't either. Chris was the only one talking about them getting cleared, vetted and cleared. I get Seth as a suspect. I just want everyone to keep all suspects on the table. Oh, they are. Trust me. Mr. Crystal Clear isn't off our radar.
I want this to be crystal clear.
Seth is still in love with Katie. I agree, Teresa. And hey, I'm repping the ROMEO tonight. Check it out. Romeo softball. Oh, you can't see it. Romeo softball in the house. Welcome in, Teresa. All right, let's keep going. I just had to remind everybody that everyone is still a suspect at this juncture. Unfortunately, we're not any further past that.
So the construction site is a subdivision, new addition that's being built. and they have a road that's going to be tied into our subdivision. So you could actually walk up that way, or you could walk to the main road and walk into it.
Did Sebastian ever sleepwalk?
No, ma'am.
So he would have had to leave the house undetected by Katie and walk all the way to that retention pond. Did the dogs follow the trail a half a mile?
Yes, ma'am.
They followed the trail all the way to that retention pond?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's very curious, as they are saying the dogs didn't pick anything up. Back to you, Brian Trasher. Did you guys search anywhere other than that federal property where the false positive was? Yes, no?
No. One dog followed a scent out into a construction site and then it disappeared.
It's loud.
Could you maybe expand on that or explain a little bit more about that?
It's terrible.
One of the dog handlers told me first day,
Wow.
Monday, that the dog popped to a trail and they followed it and went all the way around and it ended in a construction site, but it ended. It's like there was nothing there.
Listen,
Right.
listen close.
And that's a little odd,
Which
right?
leads me to believe that, well, if it ends, normally the scent ends when you stop traveling on foot. From my understanding, that would mean that he got into a car.
But there's a scent leading to nothing, to absolutely nothing.
The house was searched at least 10 times.
Dogs?
Dogs, yep. None of them, to my understanding, were actually on a trail that was following Sebastian.
Okay, so what do you take from that? Let's listen to him again.
The house was searched at least 10 times.
This is like, I'm listening to like, we don't know what we don't know. Can you clarify? No. Why not? Because we don't know what we don't know. I'm slowing this guy down because we only get about 5 seconds.
The house was searched at least 10 times.
Dogs?
Dogs, yep. None of them, to my understanding, were actually on a trail that was following Sebastian.
None of them, to my understanding, were actually on a trail that was following Sebastian. We don't know what we don't know.
Did I ask them to do that?
Mrs. Smith, I trust LE more than anyone else too. God almighty, do I ever. Sane Outlaw said Seth arranged with Sebastian to run away and it went south. Allegedly speculation. Wow. Interesting theory there. What do you guys think of Sane Outlaw? What do you think of that? That he arranged with him to run away? Could that be why he had his little flashlight? Who is what speaking, Mrs. Smith? This is the Emergency Operations Director. Linda, if you're going to bring up dates, you have to bring up it's strange that Sebastian went missing a day before Chris was due in court. It wasn't a day before. It was actually, I believe, a week before. A little over a week. How can you not pick up a scent? Well, they did said they did get a scent in the house of his. And they should, like Nancy said, they should have gotten a scent in the house. But they didn't get one outside. We don't know what we don't know. Whose scent are they following then? Right. Right. I know one thing for sure. I don't even trust my own family. If I don't see it, I don't believe it. Molly Collie. I know I'm to that point too. He wouldn't need shoes if he was getting in a car. Yeah, the hearing was March 5th. Thank you, Just Robin. You're right. It, however, was the exact same date that Katie did file for divorce back in 2016. They said it was a false hit, I guess, Cricket. That's what I'm saying. It's confusing. Nancy said, hey, wouldn't you rather hear Nancy said than Seth said? Good evening, Kat. I hope you're having a good evening so far. Didn't need to run away, says Little Red. He was going to live with his dad. Why would he run away? Well, we don't know what's in those CPS reports now, do we? It doesn't explain what's in those CPS reports. Like, we don't know what's in those. Could whatever is in those CPS reports hold a key to why Sebastian wasn't able to now go live with his dad for some reason? Could that be a thing? And by the way, I think my cornrows, aka dreads, are looking pretty good these days. Do you guys think that I should, remove the cornrows from my hair, or do you think I should leave them? Because I think they're looking pretty nice and thick and nice, and they smell nice. They smell like coconuts, honestly. Let me know in chat if I should, get rid of the cornrows or maybe take something out of my ears. Why no scent to the curb that Sebastian took the trash to? Good question, feisty Nana. Nana? Banana? Well, we've heard conflicting about that, too. We didn't hear that Katie ever said he could. We heard that Katie was not on board and that Seth and Chris were, Chris was working on her. I'm kidding. I'm not getting rid of them. They're like part of me now, but no, we heard that Katie was not having it. Chris was having to work on Katie, according to Seth. But then we never heard, it's never been definitive. So that tells me that it's all up in the air. Thank you, Leo. And then there's a flashlight video. So we have Sebastian leaving with a flashlight. We don't know if he had shoes on. I'm not going to say he was barefoot. So we don't know if he had shoes on. We don't know. Cricket, they're real. They're real, I promise. I'm not clipping dreads and then going to be some other person tomorrow. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's funny. That's funny. Sebastian leaving or disappearing on that date tells me how much anger or hate Katie had towards Seth, not wanting Sebastian to go to Seth's. I don't know, man. I think that's pretty, I don't know. I mean, for all intents and purposes, from the pictures we've seen, from everything we've heard, she took care of Sebastian. I can't see where, because I don't think she would stow him away somewhere. I mean, that costs a lot of money, right, to send him somewhere. And then you're filing false police reports saying your kid's missing and using all the resources of the FBI and the Secret Service and all these resources, and you just got him hidden away to teach Seth a lesson. I just don't believe that. I don't think she would unalive her son just because she didn't want him to go live with Seth. To me, that doesn't make sense. What's up, titties? Yvonne, I've never heard much about the involvement with the FFA. No, neither have I. Princess. Wait, hold on. I don't remember which panel, but remember someone said Seth was going to put Sebastian in virtual school and Sebastian didn't want to live with him because of that. Yeah. Which is weird because then Seth later on said he's enrolled. I got him enrolled in school. He's been enrolled in school. He's enrolled at Beach. And I'm like, wait a minute. You don't live near Beach. Nothing about that makes sense. Thank you, Lisa Cook. Maybe for members only, we'll take a trip to my dreadlock shop the next time I get them done, and you guys can see what goes into it. Put a 1 if you'd like to see me get my cornrows maintained. Seems if there was anything really bad in the CPS report, CP wouldn't have granted wouldn't have been granted summer visitation with his daughter. I agree. Who's Jaden? Who's Jaden? Oh, that guy, that kid. Eric gives you a shady vibe. Feisty Nana. Don't call him Gomer Pyle. I like Eric Craddock. We don't know what we don't know. Crystal says, I think the same thing that happened to Summer happened to Sebastian. And in my opinion, never heard so many similarities in the details of events. I don't know what you mean, Cricket, by that. Cornrows. They presented that FFA award to Sebastian and gave it to Seth. It showed it on the vigil in front of the school. Are you talking about the big, huge trophy? He didn't even know where that happened. He was wrong. Can't remember what interview that was, but he was corrected. He said it happened at school and it wasn't. Or no, he said it was something at school and it wasn't. Can't remember which one it was now. I didn't understand the virtual school me either. I still don't. You're fascinated. Those are disgusting. I've never done that, Miss Smith. That's weird. I don't know why people need to do that. I think there may have been a triggering event with the niece who was there that day. Thank you, Choco. Choco. No, you didn't miss it. Daddy Craddock, we like him, but I think he has a secret naughty side. Oh, Seth got that. Yeah, that award, that paper. I remember what that now. He talks like Gomer. Funny thing, same week, Robin and Sarah came around Easter time, was the FFA convention in Tennessee that Robin, I believe, does or still did or is a board member for. In Tennessee? She lives in Texas, though. But he also said that he was going to go to virtual school with his god brother. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Teresa. I thought I remember someone saying Katie didn't even know he was enrolled in FFA. Could be rumors. Yeah, I never heard that discussed by them. Thank you, Miss Odin, and thank you, Tweedledee. Lisa Platt says Child Protective Services is a flawed system. Right, but do you guys think there's something in those reports that could have changed Chris and Seth's plan? Exactly, Jenny Jones. Let's say Chris and Seth had a plan until they didn't. Right? Until CPS showed up. Bing bong. Then, Sebastian can't go with you anymore. And guess what, mofo? I'm getting Faith. So, I don't know. I think there may have been a disagreement and Sebastian possibly tried to break it up and a tragic accident happened allegedly. Possibly. Yes, the god brother. I forgot about that. Yeah. That I don't know, Robin. I know a daughter. I don't know about that. Jane, hello. 12:30 a.m. It really is. We need like a running list of every single interview because I found an interview on Pascal with Seth and another one on Court TV with Seth that I never saw before. Never heard LE indicate assent, but who the hell knows? Good evening, Karen. Mrs. Smith, do you think CP was there that night? I'm on the fence with that at this point. I don't know. I don't know. Sherry says, is this a money grab gone wrong, allegedly? A disagreement between who? Chris wasn't home, says Austin. I mean, if we believe that Seth was at work, then we have to believe that Chris wasn't there. So how about that? How about if we have to go with that? Because if we go with what people say, Seth was at work. Seth was at work. Well, Chris said he was at work too. No one else other than Seth has told us that Seth was seen at work for the whole shift. I did hear her speech I did hear his mother. I can't get past telling Seth that he should have told Chris and Katie that Seth had talked to Sebastian and he was okay with online school. I don't remember that either. I agree with you, Linda. He talks in interviews as if he were there. Well, if he was on the phone with her like he truly was, we don't know. People are weird. People do weird things. People are controlling and people, I don't know. I mean, maybe they do sit on the phone like that and she just does her thing while he's on the other end. I mean, we've heard from other call-ins and things like that that he's done that he's a chatty Cathy. He likes to talk. So how do we know that he's just not hanging on the line? How do we know that? And if he was just hanging on the line and heard everything, you kind of would talk in that context. End of the day, says Jane Warren, if Sebastian was my son, I'd be out there day in and day out. They haven't done anything. But you also don't know what law enforcement has told them. You don't know what they've told them. They may have shared a theory with them that it's fruitless for them to go outside of the very, very saturated area that has already been searched. Plus, law enforcement doesn't want people whose children are missing. They don't want those parents to stumble upon their child's deceased body 5 months in. No, you're not feisty. You're right. You're not obligated to believe any of them. Yep. He might be so controlling he speaks with the proverbial we. That's a good point. The video you put out today is Seth backing up a tractor trailer, beep, beep the whole time. I didn't hear beeps. Or watching the cameras. She said she was studying for some course and then hesitated and then declared that she dropped her classes. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what was going on inside that house. We have no idea. Seth has missed his son and looked for him, but he's also acting in ways a lot of people don't like now. Yeah. Seth wanted online school because he wanted to get him therapy because KP is the only one of the three that doesn't seem chatty. Okay, so let me put another thing out there. Let me put another idea out there, and then we're going to open up the phones. What if... Okay. I have a clip. I got to play this. Hold on. Let me get this clip, because you got to hear him say it. Because it's not the same. Me just repeating it. I think it's this one. Hold on. Damn, I don't know if that's the right clip or not. Hold on. I can't find it right now. Dang it. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me put this in perspective, okay? I'm just gonna say this. We have what they've called a flashlight video. Okay? We have a flashlight video. We don't know if Sebastian left in socks or shoes or neither. but we are told that he left with a flashlight. How she knows that, I don't know, okay? But she knows. His little flashlight's not there. So we have a video showing flashlights. Why have we not put that together? Do we not think that his flashlight could have been bright enough? Because there was a dimmer light. If you remember, Nick Barris even saying at the end, a fainter light comes through the common area, heading back towards the house. Jenny Jones. So why are we not putting the flashlight and the flashlight video together is what I'm asking. CP is very chatty and loves to hear himself talk. It's probably why Katie was falling asleep, but it's also a control thing. Yeah, Lisa Cook, me too. CP also refused to answer what time the thud was. Okay. It is, Linda. Thank you so much. CP is a little creep, and she's happy she's going to be his last wife. Okay, so I have a clip of, let me talk about this, and then I promise we'll open up the phone lines. Seth Rogers said himself that he began to get followed. He told Nancy Grace he began to get followed on day 9. Day 9. He was being followed. Who would have been following him on day 9? They hadn't even come out to the media yet. Well, it's very dark in their neighborhood. It's very dark in their neighborhood. That's why you'd need a flashlight to go through the common area if you don't have any floodlights on. Anne says it's got to be Sebastian back there with a flashlight, and that's got to be whoever took him with the other one. Seth said he was being followed on day 9 on his searches. Seth said, yeah, I was looking for the damn clip, and if you guys don't mind waiting a second, I can probably find it. I just get nervous when I can't find something right away. I feel like everybody's going to bolt and be like, she can't find it. Bye. Why were there flashlights to begin with? Right? Exactly, Choco. Let's go back to the basic info. Right? Why was there even flashlights at 3 a.m. there to begin with? So it was on Nancy Grace. I just watched it today. There's so much shit I've watched. Y'all, my brain is like, I don't even know. Let's see, Nancy. Where are you, Nancy? Here it is. That's Court TV. Because she's talking about the search going awry and all this stuff. Hold on. Can you guys figure out what day the first interview came out? Because I'll look for this clip while you guys find out what day they first talked to the public. Oh, he was searching Natchez Trace Park on March 22nd, the day that Riley Strain was found. I do know that. I'm here, guys. I'm just looking. Listen to this. Listen to him talking about the abuse to Nancy. I'm just going to hold this up to my mic. Listen to him. He even brings up that the fact that Katie cheated on him with Chris. Listen.
There have been other issues of violence with children?
No, ma'am, I didn't. And I know that Chris has been in Sebastian's life for a while now, before me and Katie were divorced. So I
See how he throws that in there? Before Katie and I divorced, he wants everyone to know they cheated. Hold on. Okay, listen to this clip. This is with the United Cajun Navy guy. Listen.
I want to figure out, Brian Trasher, how you picked that particular area to search.
It was a combination of some information when we first got there that Seth provided, some areas that he had showed us that had already been searched and areas that he felt would be good to search. Other areas were just kind of triangulating from the last known location of the young man at his home and trying to figure out some places he would have been easy for him to walk to, places that he frequented before. We knew that there were some places that he liked to visit, but from what his mother said, he didn't have a history of wandering off without telling anybody. So we wanted to make sure that we were searching every nook and cranny that we could to find this boy.
What can you tell me about that retention pond? There were reports a dog had hit on the retention pond. The pond was drained and nothing was found. Do I have that correct?
I don't have any information with regards to that. I know there's been a lot of confusion about when dogs hit and where and things like that. We go with the information that we have at the time. My understanding is that pond was drained and nothing was found there. But Seth might be able to tell you a little bit more about some of the areas that the dogs searched closer to the home and if there were confirmed hits or not.
Welcome back, everybody. Seth Roger joining us. This is Sebastian Rogers' biological father. You can find him at Sebastian Strong.
Okay. I'm going to try to pull up the actual video. I'm going to try to find it now. I know, Potato. I'm just on the spot here. I don't even know where to find the playlist right now. Oh, you're going to kill me. It's in the episode with her about the glasses. I just found it. So let me get my screen shared with y'all. Hold on. Thank you for bearing with me. How can Seth tell them where to look, right? And the only place they looked was that federal land. She then asked him, did you look anywhere other than the federal park? And she was like, yes or no? He was like, no. So Cajun Navy only went to that park.
Fortunately, it hasn't worked because we still have people out there looking, and I know Seth is not going to stop looking for his son.
Okay, here it is.
Was found there, but Seth might be able to tell you a little bit more about some of the areas that dogs searched closer to the home and if there were confirmed hits or not.
Welcome back, everybody. Seth Roger joining us. This is Sebastian Rogers' biological father. You can find him at Sebastian Strong. Seth, again, thank you for being with us so much. I mean, when you're searching for a missing child, I like the focus to be on what is being done to find the child. What can we do to help find the child? But instead, there's all this controversy surrounding the search for Sebastian. And I find that very odd that people are not pulling together to try to find Sebastian. But that said, can you please shed some light on the search that occurred around the Proudfoot home? Did dogs hit on areas around the home and leading to the retention pond?
I was first told by one of the dog handlers that their dog did hit on a scent that took him over into the construction area to a retention pond. I was later told by law enforcement that it was a false hit. I was also informed that they searched that pond where the dog went to and they did not find anything. And I was told that they were going to actually go back and drain that retention pond, and they had drained a separate retention pond with no luck in finding it.
So you think they may have already drained 2 ponds?
Yes, ma'am.
The reason I'm asking, Seth, is because your ex, Ms. Proudfoot, stated that the dog hit and got Sebastian's scent around the home. Now I'm hearing it didn't. Was that hit at the retention pond, the false hit, or was it around their home?
I'm being told by law enforcement that the dog hit to the retention pond was a false hit, and that
Do
the
you
dog
know of any hit by the dogs around the Proudfoot home at all?
not on the outside.
Were there hits on the inside?
I believe so.
Okay, there should have been.
Yeah, there should have been, right? So his DNA wasn't all cleaned out of the house. It doesn't sound like Katie bleached the house and tried to rid Sebastian's scent or anything crazy. They said he never went outside. And now we have this.
Now, this is my conundrum, Seth. If there are no hits for Sebastian outside the Proudfoot home, that would suggest he did not leave the home. Earlier, I was asking the Proudfoots about their vehicles, what's their make, model, and year, to determine if there was a navigation system in those vehicles that could tell me if the vehicles left the home that night. That's what I was getting at. I don't know the answer to that yet, but I...
So that's why she was asking about the make and model, I guess.
believe that there were. You're telling me you were not told of any canine hit around the home. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's critical. Joining me, Dr. Sherry Schwartz.
Okay, what do you think of that? Okay, we take that account. This was, let's get the exact dates going, April 4th. This was April 4th. This is after Easter, and Seth said he was going back searching. He took a little brief break over Easter, and he was back out. That's what was being talked about in this thing. But now if we go back to this video on Pascal's show. Okay, let's listen to this.
Curious as they are saying the dogs didn't pick anything up.
Oh my God.
Back to you, Brian Trasher. Did you guys search anywhere other than that federal property where the false positive was? Yes, no?
No. One dog followed a scent out into a construction site and then it disappeared. Could you maybe expand on that or explain a little bit more about that?
One of the dog handlers told me first day,
wow,
Monday, that the dog popped to a trail and they followed it and went all the way around and it ended in a construction site, but it ended. It's like there was nothing there.
Right. And that's a little odd. right?
Unfortunately, I don't know the date of this video because it was a clip that Court TV played of Pascal's. Let's not talk about other creators or other people. We're not talking about Trevor Lee. People are getting... No, stop. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was stuff long and swung. And...
Leads me to believe that, well, if it ends, normally the scent ends when you stop traveling on foot. From my understanding, that would mean that he got into a car.
Okay. You hear that?
I was later told by law enforcement that it was a false hit. I was also informed that they searched that pond where the dog went to, and they did not find anything. And I was told that they were going to actually go back and drain the that retention pond, and they had drained a separate retention pond with no luck in finding it.
So you think they may have already drained 2 ponds?
Yes, ma'am.
The reason I'm asking, Seth, is because your ex, Ms. Proudfoot, stated that the dog hit and got Sebastian's scent around the home. Now I'm hearing it didn't. Was that hit at the retention pond, the false hit, or was it around their home?
I'm being told by law enforcement that the dog hit to the retention pond was a false hit. And that
Do
the
you
dog
know of any hit by the dogs around the Proudfoot home at all?
not on the outside.
Were there hits on the inside?
I believe so.
Okay, there should have.
I believe so, but he says here that the dog handler told him on the first day. What?
Handlers told me first day.
Wow.
Monday. That the dog popped to a trail and they followed it and went all the way around and it ended in a construction site, but it ended. It's like there was nothing there.
Right. And that's a little odd.
Which
right?
Leads me to believe that, well, if it ends, normally the scent ends when you stop traveling on foot. From my understanding, that would mean that he got into a car.
But there's a scent leading to nothing.
All right. I think it is high time to open the phone lines up and take your calls. Keep your calls to, a couple minutes minimum. Tell me what you think about this scent, about the conflicting stories. Yada, yada, yada. Phone number is above my head, 727-755-6001. Phone lines are officially open for business.
To absolutely nothing.
The house was searched at least 10 times.
Dogs?
Dogs, yep. None of them, my understanding, were actually on a trail that was following Sebastian.
Make it make sense. It is a full-time job keeping up with this. I'm sorry for slacking on other cases, too.
Why did they leave a witness right there who was facing?
There have been some reports saying, oh, well, the parents have been cleared. No, wrong. No one, according to Eric Craddock, who is the chief deputy with the sheriff's department who's leading this investigation, has been cleared. No one has been cleared. They consider all options.
Kung Fu Panda, you think Katie has fully cooperated? L.E. said she has. Our first caller of the night. Who's it going to be?
Army Mom. To accept, press 1.
Hello, Army Mom. Welcome to the Wednesday night show. What's up?
All
are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good.
I have a question that I've always wondered that doesn't ever seem to get answered. Was his bed slept in that night? Has anybody ever answered that? If
I
he
might
was-
be able to answer
like he had been in
that.
bed?
The only time I've ever heard that, and maybe someone in chat, keep an eye on chat, but I remember Seth saying that his room was so, like they tore through it that it was hard to say. That's what I remember from Chris and Katie's house. But don't ask
Because
me
I
where
never,
he said that.
Okay. But I just feel like we never get a straight answer out of Seth about anything, so it's hard to.
So what do you think
comprehend about the scent also?
Yeah, what do you think about this scent? Do you think that there was some sort of a scent? Do you think it was a false scent? What?
I think that scent went to that retention pond. That's just my thought, but now I could be wrong.
Yeah, I always thought there was one too, but
From where it went, I'm sorry, from there, I have no idea. I wish we all knew, but could it be possible that he went to that pond and they done something to him there in the pond and then took him somewhere else? Or did he go in that pond on his own and maybe trip and I don't know.
yeah, I mean, was
They
he?
said it was only like a couple of feet deep, wasn't it?
Yeah, Chris said it was
Wasn't very
knee
deep
deep.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see Sebastian going out of the house without being seen on some camera or him going out barefooted. That just doesn't make any sense. Looks like he at least went out in his shoes, unless he was running from something.
Well, yeah, unless he was running for something, or it was just like, hey, just come outside real quick. And then that real quick turned into, something nefarious. Mm-hmm. You don't need your shoes, because, think about it. Okay, here's a theory, and this is just speculation. Let's say someone came to the window and was like, all right, come outside for a minute. And Sebastian's like, well, let me get my shoes. Well, Seth said his shoes are always by the front door. And they're like, no, don't worry about your shoes, because they know he's going to fumble around at the door putting on the shoes. And the dogs are going to hear it, and there might be barking, right? So, no, you don't need your shoes. Just take your little flashlight and come meet me outside.
That's possible. That's possible. But anything's possible at this point.
Exactly.
But the thud, Katie said I don't believe there was ever a thud, because she didn't mention it like in the first interview. Then she mentioned it, and then Chris is really not. He just don't answer on that question at all. So
yeah,
and he would have questioned her. What are you talking about? What's going on? So I don't know.
Why though? But why though is Chris so adamant? Yes, there was, a couple dogs hit at that retention pond, and then Seth is like, no, I was told it was false. Like, what? Who would want it to be false if it was true? And who would want it to be true if it was false?
Yes, yeah.
I can't even answer that. I can barely say it, let alone. Exactly. Oh, Army Mom. We are messing with our own minds over here.
We are. I mean, it's just, I hope every day when I tune in to listen that there'll be something like yesterday. They said something of interest, and they said it was Seth and Tony that had found it, and I thought, nah, they're just trying to keep this thing going.
Oh, for God's sakes, I know it.
It was nothing. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, Potato has a good point. If there was no hit at the retention pond, why would they drain it?
That's true, too.
That's where it gets
confusing. Why did that dog jump in the pond?
Yeah.
That dog jumped in that for some reason.
He did. He jumped right in. He said dove into the pond.
Yep.
More questions than answers.
Yep.
Well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Well, you have a good rest of your day, and thank you for everything you do.
Hey, you too. Thank you, Army.
Thank you. You too.
Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
Love me some Army Mom. She calls in every week pretty much now, you guys. Give her a round of applause. Thank you for your son's service. Welcome in, Miss Shell. Yeah, Max dove right in. I was just about to play that. Here we go. Max did track back up.
The doors are locked at this time.
10-4 now.
Control to 47-180, 412. Juvenile left his son at the house. The mother is driving around looking for him in the Victoria Place subdivision.
In a blue Infinity.
A big blue Infinity.
Let's get there and see what's going on. Do our own search of the residence. We'll go from there. I'm in the area. Check one hold up. Just seeing it.
You can take the assist line and route to the missing juvenile. I took personal medical center ER, center station ER, Southern Regional ER, anti-line, all clear of the juvenile. You can see that the code red has been launched at 7:45.
Max big track back up. Going into the construction site over here, back towards the beach.
It's awful muddy, dude.
From.
You are live on air with Jay. What is up?
Oh my goodness. Stage fright.
No, not at all. Take a take a deep breath.
I've never called in before.
Take a deep breath. Thank you.
Okay. I have a couple.
Well, what's your name, first
theories.
of all, hon?
My name is Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay, so is mine. So right there, we're like sisters.
So my main theory, which doesn't go along with the dog trail one, is that he's still alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the scent leading to the retention pond and stuff, what if somebody else put his shoes on and that's why his shoes were left at the house and walked to the pond in his shoes?
Yeah, that's a good theory. I think we talked about that in the very beginning. Like, were those, could they have, I think when we, started talking to canine people, we had that question. That certainly it could have, but we never got like
and
a
also
straight
they
answer.
Found a cap in the pond.
I believe that was debunked by narc divers. It was a searcher's cap.
Oh.
So I did see that yesterday, actually. One of his videos, he said, debunking the hat. It was a searcher's hat.
Oh, okay. So that's what I was thinking about that. And if like Katie and him had a disagreement and they went running out of the house, and that was the two lights, and then maybe the pond, they had a fight in the pond and somebody got hurt in the pond.
Isn't it wild, though? Why would they have him go over by the pond at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, and the car sitting on the side that was waiting
yeah,
there is. So that's why it's not my first theory anymore. But
there's so much. Once you start talking it through, there's like, oh yeah, there's this, and there's that, and there's this. It's like,
I know that's why I tried calling in, because my mind goes in so many different directions, and trying to type stuff out in chat, I go back and look and I'm like, I made no sense.
it's difficult. It's difficult because it is a lot. That's why I like to open up, so you guys can call in and we can talk this stuff through. Because, most of the week I'm talking to myself, reading chat. So it's really refreshing to me to kind of talk this stuff out with you guys too. Because it weighs on me all week.
Well,
I'm like, what the hell? Like every morning I'm like, Sebastian Rogers, update,
Well, thank you for letting me call in and
Anytime.
speak my theories.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else that you'd want to talk about or add to that? Or are you good?
I really think that he's alive and well, and that he possibly got tucked away by his mom because two men were trying to make plans for her only son.
So you think Katie's like a gotcha moment, like F you both?
I think she came from being broke and having a hard life and doesn't want to lose that security, and maybe is a tad codependent.
Yeah.
And pushed around, and that's her only son, and these guys were taking it upon themselves to make plans for him, and so she just decided to make other plans.
Yeah, I mean, Chris did say she she wasn't having it. And Seth said, Chris was quote unquote working on her.
Mhm. That's why I would love to know if Robin and Katie had a very good relationship. Did they get close while Seth and her were married?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious about the dynamics with that too.
So,
did Robin kind of take Katie under her wing when she was young?
that's what because she was so young.
Mm-hmm. Like a second mom, or was there a disconnect?
And she didn't have a good mom figure. So, yeah, that's totally what I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of dynamics here on, that were going on before Sebastian went missing, and it's hard to sift through it all, but I appreciate you calling and, thinking about Sebastian and talking about Sebastian, because that's all we can do right now.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Do you want one Jennifer's or two Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. You did a wonderful job.
Jennifer loves horses.
I should have played this for her.
Hi, Jennifer.
So I saw, I noticed somebody said something about a landfill. If you're searching a landfill, there's no way, they're expecting him to be alive. Do we think, though, that maybe because it was garbage day and Sebastian was reported missing within an hour of the garbage being picked up, that's why they did it, just to rule it out, because they could find it very easy? Because think about it, if they knew, oh God, their garbage was just picked up, we better just check that just to be safe, because we know exactly where it's at. If we wait 2 months, we're going to have to sift through, God knows what to find the trash. So I'm not sure. I think that the landfill means that they thought that he was deceased. KDP says the most solid theory I've heard so far. All right, come on, guys. 727-755-6001. The call lines are open for you to get your voice out there. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's because the garbage was picked up so soon before he went missing that it would make total sense to check it? Holy cow, Amy
Amy has just donated $50.
Thank you so much, Miss Amy. Amy just used www.j4j411.live to send me a tip and bypassing YouTube's percentage. Thank you so much, Amy. Coming in hot like a damn fajita. I appreciate you so much. You don't know how much that truly helps. Yes, it was a check for evidence. I don't think they were necessarily, thinking his body was there, but I think that because the garbage just left before they said, hey, Sebastian's gone, they almost had to check it. Maybe, I don't know, Crystal. That could be it. You think it was someone else's flashlight? Aw, Amy, thank you so much. I hope you're doing good, honey. I know you were having a tough time there for a minute. It's good to see you still here. It was very generous. Very nice. I think the bowel socks took KP's. I don't know what that all means. I think the Bauer socks took Katie's bag full of evidence with them. I don't know why it's called pickle, but with them on their Alaska trip and ditched it out of their private plane while over the water. My brother is Coast Guard and it happens a lot. No, it doesn't. What? You want us to believe that it happens a lot that the Coast Guard finds bodies that were thrown out of private planes? I can hear you, Nana. Nana, can you hear me? Can you feel me near you? Absolutely, Amy. I think the landfill search wasn't so much because they thought the parents did it just a precaution in case he got out and someone in the neighborhood stuck him in trash. Or there was evidence, Andy. That could be too. Wow, it will happen. Drop claws, not body. What do you mean? Here, let's go back to this video. This is Max. Max did track back up.
I took personal medical center ER, Center Station ER, Center Regional ER, anti-line, all clear, of the juvenile. You can see that the code red has been on at 7:45.
Max big track back up, going into the construction site over here, back towards the beach.
It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? Couldn't have any shoes.
Dude, why are we putting the Bauer Sox in the same category as cartel? What? That's pretty out there. I mean, yeah, everything's on the table, but damn, that's it's a lot.
I do have some footprints.
Right there where you're standing?
Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining.
No shoes, just footprints?
He literally dove into it. Max led me straight to the retaining pond. Into the water.
He literally dove. He literally dove into it. He said, "That's a pretty strong scent for him to dive into it." I would think.
There was a few footprints in some of the softer dirt headed straight this way on the track that he was running.
Do we have a picture yet? That's simple. What was that heat signature at?
Oh God, I can't get into the heat signature tonight. But Max did track him, and this is pretty quickly after. What time did Max track back up? Watch.
7:45.
Max big track back up.
7:50 a.m. Put this on your charts. I'm gonna put it in chat. 7:50. Hi, Titanium. Good to see you. 7:50 a.m. 727-755-6001. Give me a call. Max dove in. 727-755-6001. You guys are not one to call in tonight. What's going on here? Cat got your tongues tonight? What scent was 8 days old? How could it be 8 days old? It was the morning of. 7:50 a.m. Sebastian went missing, was reported missing at 6:20. At 7:50, Max dove in to the retention pond. Stanky Foot Mafia. Right. What kind of mafia are they? I just think the private jet and stuff and having a body and shit in a bag, that's just out there, dude. Suze, I can't help it. I don't believe in dogs as much as others. You know, I don't either. I've seen them track children that are like in the woods, lost. But I saw a wrong scent on Madeline Soto's case too. Here we go, guys.
From
Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, you're live on air with Jay. What's on your mind?
Hey, Jay. Just saying hi. I'm right up the road from you in Tarpon Springs.
Oh, nice. How you doing? You staying cool?
Yeah, I got a lot of rain today.
Yeah, it seems to be the daily dose.
Right, right.
So what's on your mind?
Well, let's see. Well, as far as the dog sense and all, there's been so much confusion on that. I really don't know what to think. And my theory is that I've kind of felt all along that something happened to Sebastian between 10 and 6 on February 5th, 25th to 26th, is it? And I just feel like he's been gone since the beginning, and somehow or another he was taken out of there and taken someplace, and I just wonder if we'll ever find him. I know that's kind of dark, but it just seems like all the rest of the stuff that's going on is just kind of like filler or drama.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like a big distraction.
Right. I mean, I kind of keep things simple in my life, and I just think that's the easiest. I mean, I don't have all the details. I don't know who did what. I kind of have my thoughts on that, but you know, I just think something happened, tragic, and I don't think it was pre-planned. And you know, people, you know, just kind of, I can't think of the word, you know, got scared and felt like they had to cover it up. So it's a shame because he looks like he was a nice kid.
I agree with everything that you said. I think that all of this is a total distraction. It's taken us in 50,000 different directions, but it's probably very,
Right.
you know, very simple when it comes down to it.
Right.
I appreciate
Yeah, and
you.
everybody's. Yeah,
It's hard, you
well,
know, it's
thank
hard.
you for having
And
me.
it's hard to say that. Like, you know, oh, I don't think, you know, it is hard to say that because you want to hope that he's okay, but it's been 5 months.
Right. And if one of the parents, like, you know, took him away and hid him somewhere, I mean, what's the end game there? You know,
Right.
Can they see him?
Right.
Can and are they going to bring him out someday? And then, you know, then what happens? Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me, but I understand why people feel that way. No
Well,
one wants to think he's.
I think you also have to remember too that that's very expensive to send someone
Right.
off somewhere in 5 months of that.
Right.
I mean, these people
And
have
also
nice lives. I mean, they live in nice homes, but they're not, you know, billionaires.
No. And also, it seems like that would be really detrimental to Sebastian. I mean, what would he be thinking? And, you know, he wouldn't have his family and living with strangers. And it just doesn't seem like, you know, whoever did it, let's say it was his mother, that she wouldn't want him to live that way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. But anyway, I hope that, you know, there can be a resolution sooner than later.
Same.
And it's, to me, it's probably just going to be a fluke that someone runs across them, and you know, and that's that. Then we know what happened.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Oh, well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I enjoy your channel.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And stay cool. It has been miserable out there.
I know. I stay inside.
Me too. And
for sure.
It's just, I opened the door. Someone said the other day, I opened my door and I felt like I was checking my cornbread. But literally, it does. It feels like you're opening your dang oven. So stay cool.
I know. I went out and I pulled a few weeds. I was out there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, forget it.
I know it. I did too, because I want to be outside so bad, but it's just not working.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well,
Take
I'll
care.
Keep listening.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What a lovely caller. I love our Floridians. Thank you so much. I'm trying to confirm this positive ID on Caleb Harris, guys. Hold on. I'm actually going to pause the phone lines for a second. Is it on Facebook, French, or... Oh, man. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Pearl says, oh, if you eat cornbread and gravy, you country. I'm looking. I don't see anything. No, it's not confirmed yet, guys. Hold on. We're trying to confirm it. Yeah, I'm looking as well. I don't see anything either. No, I don't see anything. Where is his family posting? Look up Randy Harris on Facebook. Frenchie, you can send it to my email. Thank you. Oh, that's Jay from the UK. Jay Slater was from the UK, and they did find him. They did find him. All right, hold on. I'm going to check my email, guys. Let's see here. Thank you again, Amy, for your generous donation. That was really, really sweet of you. The post is in Talk of Caleb. I'm probably blocked because of... Tony. It's a screenshot of the post. Jay Slater was found, yes. They did find his remains. I'm sorry, Pearl, about your chickies. Hold on. Talk of Caleb Harris. Yeah, I'm not in the group, unfortunately. If you could send me a screenshot. I'm not a member and you have to join. Yes, Jay was found. Hold on. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything coming across my email. Frenchie, it's J is for justice at gmail.com. JAY 4 justice at gmail.com. Oh, Mrs. Smith, you got it? Okay, hold on, Frenchie. You may not need to do it. Mrs. Smith might have gotten this. Hold on. Mrs. Smith. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Oh, man. Becky Wright Harris is with Janet Wright and Randy Harris. We all have heavy hearts this evening as we learned of the positive identification of our sweet Caleb. We will grieve our son, but we are at peace knowing he is with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Our only hope is in Jesus. If you don't know our Savior, please talk to me. I love talking about Jesus. Thank you for your prayers and support during this tragic time. Damn. That's really sad. Let's see the latest that we can find on YouTube. Oh man, that's really sad. His family must be just devastated. And what a long time for them to have to wait. How long has it been? Oh, let's watch this. This JLR was there where he went missing. Watch.
JLR investigates boots on the ground. What happened to 21-year-old Caleb Harris? I am here at the scene where he vanished, March 4th, 2024. His apartment complex right there. Right here is his phone pinged and possible last photo, Snapchat, And then right over here is a pumping station, which I'm going to show you. Human remains were found at this pumping station. It's so close to where he vanished. Is it Caleb? Are the human remains, do they belong to Caleb? Right here. See? Pumping.
It ended up, it was him. It was Caleb, guys.
Station. And you got like a canal here. Bridge. Apartments. JLR investigates boots on the ground. What happened to 20?
Do you see how close that was? The heck happened here, guys? Do you guys think this is foul play? Let's do a poll. I hate to derail the call-in show, but let's do a poll.
Year-old Caleb Harris. I am here at the scene where he vanished, March 4th, 2024. His apartment complex right there. Right here is his phone pinged and possible last photo, Snapchat. And then right over here is a pumping station, which I'm going to show you. Human remains were found at this pumping station. It's so close to where he vanished. Is it Caleb? Are the human remains, do they belong to Caleb? Right here. See? Pumping station. And you got like a canal here.
Look how close it is to his apartment, you guys.
Bridge. Apartments.
What happened to this kid? I know, I probably should have put... Hang on, let me do another poll. I'll put a don't know. Let's see if JLR has anything else from the boots on the ground there. It looks like he was just there. He was just there when he was in Texas. Let's see. Caleb Harris crime scene.
Hello.
Let's see. Oh, he's given a... Okay, let's see.
But just by chance, bad luck. And Caleb was at the wrong place at the wrong time. In the fog. No one can see
Wait,
it.
let me go back, because it was foggy that night, you guys. They said it was foggy that night when he was out there.
Timeline of events. And on the timeline of events, we keep seeing 3:03 a.m., the Snapchat photo. What was the Snapchat photo of? The bridge.
Okay, so that's the Snapchat photo that Caleb sent his sister at 3 a.m. Why would he send this to his sister in the middle of the night? What the freak? That's weird.
Right outside the cottages. Now, it is foggy out there. And there's a big field there. And some of the volunteers says there's holes there that go deep. Did Caleb go out there and was intrigued or, wanted to take a walk in the fog? Maybe because he was a little under the influence and he was just like, oh, cool, neat, misty fog. It's neat out here, you know. Reflects off the lights, you know. It got that foggy ghost, and then go in to the cornfield that's right across from the cottages and just fall into a hole.
Okay. Are you going to walk through a cornfield with your bare feet? Wouldn't that hurt your bare feet to walk through a cornfield? What is all of that? What is this? I've never seen that picture before. That is really ominous. Why would he send that to his sister? Jane, I just read it. Yes, I'm sure his parents posted it.
Or was there opportunists out there? Bad actors. A killer that just met up with Caleb. Like, not by, hey, a meetup, but just by chance. Bad luck. And Caleb was at the wrong place at the wrong time. In the fog. No one can see anything. Surveillance can't catch things because of the fog. I don't personally think he fell in a hole. That's why I'm 50-50 on here. I really am. I'm leaning more towards foul play than an accident. I can't, going there, I can't explain it. I got a clean version of a video.
Okay, this is what I want to see because I want to see what it actually looks like. Watch this, guys.
I took. And I was there, the cottages. I drove through the cottages. Did Caleb go back into the cottages? Into the area there? And encounter somebody else? I'm not saying roommates, but someone else, like in the cottages. In one of those apartments. And then something bad and they disposed of it. Put him in the sewer. I don't see an accident here, but you can decide.
Text. JLR investigates. Boots on the ground. I am in Corpus Christi, Texas. 21-year-old Caleb Harris vanished and disappeared from this area right here, March 4th, 2024, during the early morning hours, around 3-ish a.m. Caleb Harris, Texas A&M student, vanished. And recently, folks, over there, a pumping station, human remains have been found. Do they belong to Caleb Harris? This is a mystery, folks. And if they do belong to Caleb Harris, how in the world did Caleb Harris end up in a pumping station? We got cornfield here, the bridge is right here. I'm going to show you around the area and give you a boots on the ground perspective. I'll take you over there to Lexington. This is Ennis Jocelyn right here, Corpus Christi. And something happened during those early mornings hours. Was it an accident? Do we have foul play? Let me know what you think, but I'm going to show you around this area and take you on a tour. What happened to 21-year-old Caleb Harris? Let me know what you think.
So not much stuff around there. There's a few businesses right there on the main drag. Now I'm turning on to Lexington.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to slow this down to normal speed. He's showing us the area.
Lexington is the street over by the pumping station. Some people speculate Caleb somehow walked over there. But the timing there at the 303 to the 312 when his phone stopped pinging, you have 8 minutes. And I believe you could walk over there in 8 minutes because that 8 minutes is very crucial in my mind. After 3 a.m. Those 8 minutes from the last Snapchat photo to...
Okay, hold on. I've got the screenshot right here. We need to verify this. Moderators. Moderators, let's verify this if we can. Are you ready? Let me pull it up. We need to verify this right away. See if this is real. If someone actually faked this, I mean, how sick would that be, right? Who would fake that? So it was shared by Miranda Rodriguez. And it says the remains were just confirmed of Caleb Harris by his mom. For his family, may RIP. Let's make sure this is real. Because I don't know who Frenchie is. No offense, Frenchie, but I don't know you. And I want to make sure this is real information here. Because I'm getting messages that no one else can find this. So that is a problem. Does anyone else think it's weird to order DoorDash and not eat it right away? I just want to make sure that you guys can see it. I can't see this when I search. I'm just making sure. Because I'm getting messages saying it's not real. Thank you, Potato. That's what I needed. Okay. Thank you, Missy. Thank you. I just want to make sure. I mean, that would be something really hurtful to put out. No offense to anyone, but that would be something, you know, that would be really hurtful to put out if it wasn't true. Thank you, Potato. Thank you. There's a news story 10 minutes ago. Okay, I hadn't seen that. Thank you, guys. I just, you know, I want to keep things factual here. This is someone's kid we're talking about.
Or 9 minutes, 8-9 minutes. To when the phone stopped pinging. You got a bunch of boats there. Now we're going to the pumping station. Unfortunately, I can't take you into the pumping station because there's, look, there it is, pumping station. So it's all within eyesight. You got big signs there that say no trespassing. I don't know if they were put there recently after this fact and they didn't want people to go.
There's the apartments from that site. Okay, so we do have an article. Thank you guys so much. You guys are on it. You are on it. Wastewater plant remains. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys confirming your source. I love it. Thank you. Don't ever be, you know, taken back by asking for sources. It's so important, especially when we're talking about people's kids, right? CCPD officials confirmed the news Wednesday evening. Corpus Christi police officials have confirmed with 3 News that human remains found at the wastewater station near Ennis Jocelyn Road most likely belong to Caleb Harris. Harris has been missing since March 4th. The Harris family took to social media Wednesday night posting what we just saw on the screen. This is a developing story, so nothing about foul play or anything like that. Just at the beginning stages of saying it's him, right? Yeah, how sad for his family. Let's turn this music off for a second. Can we take like a moment of silence? Let's take 1 minute and let's send our vibes, thoughts, prayers, whatever you do, over to that family. One minute. Can you do it? All right, guys. How sad. Yeah, the family confirmed it, guys. Thank you for your putting prayers up for him. How did he end up there? Right, Caitlin, right. Should we take calls? 73% of you think there's foul play. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Hold on, let me open up the phone lines. You guys want to call in? We'll do some more call-ins. How did he get in a manhole? How did that happen? Did he walk in the cornfield barefoot? None of this makes sense. Now that we know this is Caleb, what are your thoughts? 727-755-6001. I know you guys have a lot to say because the majority of you in here, 72% of you are like, yes, I think there's foul play. Yeah, that picture was so ominous. Let's look at that picture again. This is the picture he sent to his sister. 727-755-6001. What do you think happened? Will they be able to find out the cause of death?
Jaded Creations.
Hi, you're live on air with Jay. Who am I talking to? Hello.
Hi, this is Jackie. I think that he met up with somebody, and I think that he was more than likely gay.
Are you talking about
And that his religious.
Are you talking about Caleb?
Caleb, yeah. Yeah. And I think his family was so religious that they were against that.
Mm.
Because if you remember, I don't know if you caught, I forget what creator it was, but that they said that Tony said that the family cleaned up his apartment really good before the police got there and everything.
Yeah, I remember that being said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and were they covering up the fact that he was gay?
I don't know. I mean, what would you have to clean up to show that? I don't know. I thought maybe it was drinking. Maybe they didn't agree with drinking. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about his personal life. However, being barefoot, why would you go meet someone barefoot anyway?
Well, kids, especially in the warmer climates, just run downstairs, don't throw on shoes, and meet somebody. He takes a picture because his sister's okay with his sexual preference and says, "Hey, I'm going to meet somebody, and this is where I meet them at." And then the meeting didn't go right, and he ends up dead.
That's an interesting, because I was wondering, why would he send that to his sister? Maybe, maybe he was close with his sister, where like, I'll let you know where I'm at, because she wanted him safe.
Yeah, because my son is gay, and I've always been okay with it, and he's always been open with me, but he has a lot of friends that I speak to that their family is not okay with it.
Sure. It happens a lot, especially in super religious families. And no shade, it's just what their beliefs are, and sometimes it's really hard to get people to step away from their beliefs, but I don't know if that's the case with him.
Yeah, and they've told me some horror stories, that they've come across some people that purposely set up the gay community to come across that kind of stuff.
Well, that's a problem if that's going on.
Yeah, it really is. So, I'm always telling my son, be careful. Don't meet people off of Reddit. Don't meet people off of these.
Well, I mean, that goes for anybody, I mean, gay or not. I mean, that goes for anybody. I tell my daughter that all the time. Like, do not be careful with these damn apps and shit. They're all doing it. It's not just gay people. Everyone's doing it. And we can thank the pandemic for that because people have lost their social circles and shit. Now it's all online and it's sad. And it's
Yeah, I
scary.
mean, back in my day, I'm Gen X. We grew up without computers. We just went out and met people in a cornfield and drank. I mean, we didn't do anything like that.
Yeah, but we never would have went out there barefoot. I'll tell you that.
No, we wouldn't have. Because, that hurt. But, yeah, that's why I'm thinking, he ran down there, and was like meeting him up. Maybe it was his first meeting, and he was going to, I'm going fishing tomorrow. That's what the food was. He was DoorDashing a meal for going fishing the next day.
I don't know.
That's my thought.
Maybe. Well, thank you for your call. I've got other people that are insanely calling over and over. Someone 931. You're going to get your chance. Thank you so much, hon, for your thoughts. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, stay vigilant. I was going to repeat that and I couldn't spit it out. 931. Go ahead and call back. I saw you called plenty of times. Give me a call. 727-755-6001. I don't think that it matters. I'm sorry y'all couldn't hear her. It was low for me as well. It was low for me as well. I mean, yes, there are people that target gay people, but I don't know if this is that, and I don't even know if he's gay, and I don't know. I don't want to put that on in the orbit, but Caitlin, I can't control other people's phones. I'm sorry. I wish I could.
From
You're live on air with Jay. Who am I talking to?
Hi, Jay. It's Annie again.
Hi, Annie. How are you?
I'm okay. I just heard the news about Caleb, and I'm so sad to hear this. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because they searched that whole area numerous times, I guess, and I don't think they even said that manhole cover was off during the search. You would think that they would know that when they searched it in the beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm confused about the manholes too because I heard that there was one open. Then I don't know if that's ever been confirmed. It's just like, I don't know.
It's just it's kind of mixed information. And then they had dogs also, and you would think the dogs would have hit. It almost seems like the body was placed there after the search.
I wonder if they'll be able to tell that, though.
I don't know. They're not saying anything about foul play, but it's just kind of suspicious to me. It just doesn't make any sense. I had a feeling it was him, though. I was like, I think it really is him. And I'm really upset to hear that news right now. I took a moment with your minute and said a prayer for him and his family. But I just think that they should look more into this because that just doesn't make any sense at all. And then that picture that they had, that he sent to his sister, that was just so weird. It was like it was a setup.
It's very ominous to me.
This is clues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just wanted to call and give you my opinion on that. And
thank you, Annie.
It's kind of weird to me.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, Jay.
Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, hon.
Yeah, thanks. I'm just super tired, so I'm going to go to bed early.
Oh, good.
All right,
Good
have
for
a
you.
good night,
Okay,
honey. Thank
you too. Sleep tight.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, bye. All right. No, let's go over where this sexuality talk came from. There was an account that allegedly was Caleb's on Reddit that was talking about like hookups. I've personally never seen it. And then Tony Mathis, yeah, I said Mathis, went on a podcast. I can't remember if it was Coffin Daffer, who it was, but he said that the grandma was cleaning and the roommates were cleaning before mama got there. So that's what her theory was, just to clarify. Just to clarify. We don't know if that's even true. So I'm going to open it back up because 931 is trying again. Hopefully you can get through. 931, give me a call. 727-755-6001. I'll decline anyone who's not 931 because they have tried so many times. It's kind of like Jay Slater. Searchers searched the area where Jay was found a couple times before he was found. Yep. Gypsy, he was found right where he pinged. Jay Slater was found right in the area where he last pinged.
From
Pearl.
Oh, it's Pearl. Hi, Pearl.
It's that Pearl.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Hey, baby. How are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, I reckon. I'm just upset. That's so sad.
It is, isn't
Hey,
it?
everybody in the chat, and everybody. I hope everybody's doing good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a horrible way to have to die, but I think it's foul play. In my opinion, allegedly, speculation, and all that.
I trust your opinion.
I don't think with that hole now, JLR showed us the hole, stood on it and everything. And he's a little guy. This guy had shoulders on him. He was, he had some weight on him.
Yeah, he's a little more
think if
broad,
he-
isn't he?
Yeah, I think it might have hurt him falling in it, but I just don't think that he could have just fell in it without a shoulder or a leg catching. And walking through these cornfields and tobacco fields, you can't do it. It just, from the old stalks of the year before.
Can you
they
imagine
will
that?
eat you up.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Your feet would
Well, now, when
literally
he
be
first-
bleeding if you ran through something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you're talking about stalks from the year before that's just ground up. It'd be like walking on splinters, really, because, they used to do that. We'd have corn and tobacco and everything, and you could go out. You couldn't go out and walk in those fields, and, we'd silt our corn out there and everything, and let it neutralize the ground back, for the next year.
You don't hold a
But them stalks, they just kind of turn out like briars, really.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super hard.
And they are.
And sharp.
And now they said when he first went missing that they thought maybe he'd walked down the road there because there was an accident or incident.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Uber come, it was for his lunch for the next day because he was going to go fishing. And he never made it back, so I'm wondering if he was such a handsome young man.
Mm-hmm.
And was so full of life. He had, Lord, years ahead of him.
I agree.
That somebody in that college where he was going might have, had some resentments against him. But in my opinion, I think he was pushed down in that thing. They hurt him somehow or other and just shoved him down in that. And I blame the city for that because, number one, you can't lift one of them things out of the road. And if it was out there in that field, I don't care if they've got 10,000 cones around it. A child goes missing and it wanders off, it could go right down in there too. So they should have had that covered. That should
yeah.
have been covered. All of
Huge liability
all
if
of
that's the
them.
case. And
it should be if they're not, because say a 3 or 4 or 5-year-old went out, got to missing, and started walking around, and it didn't know where it was at, and ended up in that field, and right there where that manhole was opened up, and it just fell. Of course, it'd fall straight down. But now this boy, with the shoulders he had on him, and a leg or arm or a shoulder would have caught before he'd ever went down like that, walking.
Kind of reminds me of
And
like
I
the
got-
Watts case,
Yeah. It's a sad thing. I feel so sad for that family. My God, you could just see the love they have for him, and every other parent that child goes missing that they ain't off somewhere. But
I've been making medicine today. I've been making my own medicine today. Got up this morning. Chicken was dead. Squirrel got eaten by the dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Squiggly's gone. And then Mabel,
Squiggly?
she just died. I don't know what was wrong with her, but I went out and gathered me up some stuff and made my medicine today. I make my own stuff.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I am too. He's probably in a better place than we all are, but that Sebastian Rogers, they just totally made a joke out of that, and it makes me so mad. I just want to chew nails.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I'm glad that they have some closure for Caleb, even though now this opens up like a whole different, avenue of questions, I'm sure, for the family and for the public that's been following this.
Yeah, I know it. That's just so heartbreaking. I can hardly stand it. I know that them parents, I've only got one son, but Lord of me, something like that happened. They just have to go ahead and put me in the casket with him. I couldn't ever stand it. I don't think I wouldn't even want to try to stand it. I don't think I could. And these people that's offering their children and doing things and like they're gone, so big deal. My friend, she died. Her son had been gone for 20 years, and they didn't even know where his at when she passed away, and she's still grieving.
Yeah,
so
it's hard.
That's something that you couldn't ever get over that.
Mm-mm.
It's just the hardest thing.
I mean, I can't imagine what's worse, like not knowing or finding out this is confirmed.
Well, yeah, you know what? You would always, like her, Barbara, she just stayed in grief all the time. Where's he at? What's happened to him? Somebody do something to him? Is he alive? Is he dead? Is he whatever? And a friend of mine down in Alabama, yeah, they found him on the railroad tracks, but he was tied up. So, that was foul play, but they never did find the murder for that. But I just can't even imagine. I'm so heartbroken over these parents that's losing their children and stuff. And, I seen today, there's another one in Tennessee that's missing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of the baby was. They thought a baby, but any child is a baby to me. But anyway, I started out with a bad day, but I spent some time with my sister, and we got together and tinctured up some medicine. So we've been doing pretty good around here.
Yeah, what's your medicine consist of?
Well, I make it out of all kinds of plants.
Ancient Chinese secret?
No, more American Indian.
Oh, nice. That's even better. I'll take American. I'll take American Indian over Chinese any day.
Yeah, I will too. Well, most of this stuff grows in the yard, and then you go out and search for whatever else that you ain't got. Already got my antibiotics made up for the next winter, and I already got my tinctures for everything else that I need. And today I made some for kidney, prostate, and bladder. So just doing a little bit of this.
How do you make your tinctures?
Well, I just take the plant and this is what I do, and everybody else got their own opinion.
Everybody else, I don't know many people that do it. I'm absolutely fascinated right now. Go on.
Oh, really?
Go on.
Well, now if you take like plantain's real good for any kind of rash, snake bite. It's good for spider bites, any kind of bug bite. And you pick it. You can find it mostly in your yard, and you just pick it. And you shake the leaves off. Don't wash it because you don't want to add no more water to it than it is. And then you take 100 proof vodka and put it in a jar, and you'll go by there every day, and you'll take that jar and you'll
pop it up, down, twist it, turn it so that alcohol will stay, even in there.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it for six weeks. After 6 weeks, you drain all that stuff out and put it in droppers and take it as you need it. Today we done corn silks.
I am absolutely impressed.
Well, I ain't as stupid as I sound like
You don't
I
sound
am.
stupid at all, Pearl.
I'm country, but I'm natural.
Listen, people in chat are
And
like, we want, okay, so you already have a request. Arthritis tincture, please.
Okay, you take a fifth of brandy, and you take I'm not kidding you.
Okay, listen up.
And you put as many yellow or they're called golden raisins. You take golden raisins, and you fill that jar up with them golden raisins, and then you take your brandy, and you pour it in that jar. Now, don't leave no space in between that jar and the lid. Then you take you a ball jar. You can make as much as you want of it. And it don't have to be measured out none. You just take the golden raisins, pour them in a jar if you're making a quart jar, if you're making a half-gallon jar, and you take your brandy and pour it over the top of them raisins. Golden raisins. It can't be nothing but golden raisins. Then you take that jar, and every day you leave it out on the counter, and you just kindly turn it up, turn it back down, turn it up, turn it back down.
Do you ever munch on the raisins, Pearl?
Oh, you can't help but. It's so good.
Go ahead.
You
I
can't
love
help
it.
but to go by and get you some. But now every day now you take you 9 or 10 of them. You chew them up. You just dip you out 9 or 10 of them out in the jar, out of the jar, and you dip them out of that brandy, and then but always make sure when them raisins, make sure that they always stay covered up with that brandy. But you dip you out like 9 or 10 of those golden raisins out of that tinctured brandy and raisins, and you eat them about 9 or 10 of them a day, and there you go. There's your arthritis medicine.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we done corn silks today. We put our corn silks in pint jars, and then we added our 100 proof vodka. Now I'll flip that every day for 6 weeks, and then I'll strain it. Then I'll put them in droppers, and it's good for bladder infections, prostate, kidney disease, diabetes.
That's
High
awesome.
blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already got my antibiotics. Huh?
Your antibiotics, that is impressive.
Well, all you do is you take your garlic, take your organic garlic, and you separate them out, and then you peel them off, and then you slice them up, and then you got to have raw honey. You do just raw honey, and you'll put that garlic in a jar, and then you'll fill it all the way to the top with that raw honey, and then you'll put it in the refrigerator, and every day you go over there and you flip it, and you flip it, and you flip it, and you do that for every day for 6 to 8 weeks. Well, if you get sick, then you just go in there and get you a couple bulbs of that garlic, and you got your antibiotics.
That's really cool. You've got the chat fired up about this stuff, Pearl. They want a recipe book. They
Well, I tell you what you go on. I can't make no recipe book, but you can go on She's of the Wild.
What is it?
Or She's of the Woods.
SHE.
SHES of OFVTHE Woods.
How long does it have to set until it's like you can use them?
6 to 8 weeks.
That long?
Now, if you get into more than 100% vodka,
you've gone into the pharmaceutical. So I wouldn't know what to tell you about that. I mean, you know,
The pharmaceutical.
You would have to.
That
Yeah, you'd
sounds
have to go
serious.
back on- yeah, you'd have to go back on your dosages and stuff. That's what I do. That's my
I love
theories
it.
on it.
You know what? I love it. I am all for anything natural that grows in the ground
Yeah.
before I'll pick up a pill or a capsule.
Oh, there's so much synthetic in that stuff. You don't even know what you're taking. I went out the other day and got me some plantain. Now, the narrow plantain, it's got a little bulb that comes out there, and it looks like a little cone. But the white broadleaf plantain, it's really good. I've tinctured me some of that. And back in the day now, they used that for a laxative. They used it because it's like Metamucil. So back in the day, you could, you know, that's what they eat if they got constipated was that. But now the leaf, you tincture it in 100% alcohol, flip it, turn it every day, and then you can drain all that stuff off, and then you can make your salves. And I make salves too. I make my salves, and it's good for spider bites, bug bites, stings, any kind of bee sting, snake bites, stings, rash.
Interesting. Really interesting.
I went to my friend's yesterday, and he's supposed to be getting me some jewelweed. It's good for, I'm going to tincture it for poison oak. It'll dry up poison oak like right now.
Interesting stuff.
But anyway, I gave you.
No, I
gave you.
I love it.
I didn't mean to keep it down. That's what my recipe is. But if those women on there wants to make their own, she's of the woods. She's the best.
Okay. She's of the woods.
She'll show you.
Write that down,
She's
guys.
of the woods. She's in Oregon.
Does it
She's
help?
a blonde-headed lady.
It helps snake bites, though, huh?
Oh yeah. Now you wouldn't want to use it on rattlesnake bites or copperhead bites or anything like that, water moccasin. But if you say out here and you get bit by, say, like a little old garden snake or black snake or something, you just put it on there and then it just closes up right now. I've got a place on my hand. I don't know where I got it. Don't know what it come from. It started itching. I started scratching. I got up and got some of my ointment. I made some salve. 2 days later, it was gone.
Bam. So do you have any tips for mosquitoes? Because down here in Florida, we have these weird little mosquitoes. We can barely see them. They're not no-see-ums. They're definitely a weird, clear, smaller mosquito, and they bite the shit out of you. And like literally, you feel like your leg's on fire, kind of like fire ants. But then it starts itching like crazy. And I can't find anything to keep them off or, you know, like keep them away or like after, like to soothe the itch. I've even put like hydrocortisone and they still itch like hell. I'd rather.
Have you tried lavender spray?
Had tried
Lavender spray or eucalyptus? Get you some lavender spray or some eucalyptus spray. Now, I done my own lavender this year. I'm going to make my own soap and I'm going to make my own salve and stuff. But now that lavender ain't nothing like that. And they ain't nothing like that eucalyptus either. So if you could get you some natural eucalyptus or some natural, we ain't got none that grows around here, or lavender, most insects can't stand that.
I didn't know that.
They can't. Fleas can't take it either.
Yeah, that's been
Lemon
another
balm's
problem.
good. Yeah, I bet y'all have a lot of fleas down there.
Yeah, because they never die
But
off.
now they can't tolerate lavender, lemon balm, or eucalyptus. They just can't, and it don't smell bad. Lavender smells real good. Just put it in there. Put you some water in there, mix it up a little bit, and spray your legs on it, and And it's soothing, too. I mean, you can actually, I'm making tea. Making lavender tea. It helps you sleep at night. And then been doing some mullein. And if you smoke, which I do, this mullein, you dry it up or you can roll it and smoke it. But it cleans your lungs out.
Really?
Or you can take the drops, yeah. It grows wild out here.
That's awesome.
Just stop, go out in the field somewhere. Now, you don't want to do nothing close to the road because most of the time they've got sprays and chemicals off the roads and everything like that. But now you can go out and gather that mullein and you just you just dust them leaves off. Don't wash nothing because you don't want to add no water to nothing because the vodka's got so much water in it already.
Mm-hmm.
But you take them leaves and you just stick them down in a jar and you fill it all the way to the top to where it just looks like it's fixing to fall on off. And then you put a lid on that and you just flip it over every day for 6 to 8 weeks. And then you just take drops and it'll clear your lungs out, clean them up. You can even dry the leaves and smoke it. It'll clean your lungs out.
It's amazing. We need to get these. I'm going to go through here and I'll write some of this stuff down and I'll put it up in our Discord if you guys want me to. Yeah, because they're all like, wait, I'm trying to write this down. But she said that website, though, we put it in the chat. So check out that website.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's real good. Now, that's the way I do it.
What was it for your lungs again?
Know, do what, honey?
What was it for your lungs again that you did?
Mullein.
Mullein?
You can drink it. It's real good. I use raw honey.
How do you spell that?
And mullein, Mullien.
Okay.
You can take the flowers and mix them with some natural oil, like you can mix virgin olive oil with it too. But you tincture them for 6 to 8 weeks, and then all you have to do, it's really, really good for earaches or children that's got problems with their ears.
Mm-hmm.
The flowers, though, but you got to gather them every day because they don't come up all at once on that stalk. You got to go back to that stalk every day and get the flowers. And when you get enough, you just put them in that jar of olive oil, virgin olive oil, and you don't want to start a big one because, this stuff lasts for years, though. I mean, what I've made already, it'll last me 10 years. Its shelf life's like 10 years.
That's crazy.
But people need to get back to the natural because I'm going to tell you something. This synthetic, and if it keeps getting worse, we ain't going to be able to buy our medicine. So we got to know what we're going to have. And I've been getting it from my husband. He's got sugar and he's got high blood pressure, so I've been making medicines up for him because there may be a time money ain't going to be worth nothing. It might be like Venezuela. It may be blowing down the street and you can't buy nothing. It's handed to you what you're allowed. So, I mean, I'm country, but I'm intelligent.
We know. we think you're awesome. I mean, I think you have so much knowledge. It's crazy. Someone said you should do an audiobook of the different tinctures you make.
Well, if I didn't want to, I don't want to get paid, but I would like to start my own little page on YouTube, but I don't want to get paid for it. I just want to be there and help people, and maybe people can help me, but I don't know how to go about doing all that.
It's a lot of work. I'm sure you'd be great at it, though, Pearl.
Well, I'm a talker, and I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I'm a lonely person.
And why shouldn't you get paid for it if you did it? I mean, everybody has such an issue with that. Share your knowledge with the people, and your time is valuable too.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to. I just don't want to be lonely. It's really. I manage.
We love you.
I don't want no more. I love you too, darling. I love everybody in your chat. Everybody's so nice to me. But I'm lonely. I just need somebody that I can talk to every now and then, and maybe switch information. I mean, I'm a I'm a guru for new stuff. I mean, I love crime, but I'm just I absorb. I've always been one of these that I want it down to the science. If I'm going to do something, I want it down to the science, and I study it. I study it hard. I don't sound like an intelligent person because I'm country, but
You do to me. So stop. Everybody says they would totally subscribe to you. So
oh, bless your heart. Well, I don't even know how to start one up, but I'm just lonely, and I thought, well, if I could get something like that, I wouldn't be wanting no money. I just want to be where I could get information.
just Pearl.
I don't like it. Huh?
Just Pearl. That's what you could call it. Just Pearl.
Just Pearl.
Yeah, and it would just be Pearl.
Well,
yeah.
So I wouldn't have to sign up for any kind of donations or money or anything, would I? Because I'm where I want to be. I mean, it gets rough sometimes through the month and stuff. It does. It gets real rough. But I'm used to that. I don't want to change that. I like it. I like the way I live.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. There's a couple people in chat that want to help you, and they want me to ask you to email me so that I can hook them up with you because they want to talk to you. Would that be okay if you sent me an email and then I can give them your email if that's all right with you?
I can do that on this phone number.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, 'cause I don't really know how to do all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
but
just text on this number, and let me know. Let me know where they can reach you. That's all. They need to know where they can reach you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're
Well,
comfortable
what
giving out your phone number though. I don't.
What do they want me to do?
Cheryl.
I don't want no money.
Cheryl says she needs your help. That's why email's a little less invasive. I don't know. I can try to be a go-between. Let's see when they email me. I'll reach out to you via text. How about that?
Okay, let's do you right now, and then we'll see what else. I mean, I'm an honest person. I'm not fake. Ain't no fake. I got things I like, things I don't like. I got people I like, people I don't like. Don't mean I can't be around them or something like that. But
you got people that just want to talk. So
yeah, just be like me, lonely.
Yeah. And Cheryl says,
But
I just need advice. She just wants someone to talk to, and they love your wisdom.
Yeah, I just don't, and I think that it's well deserved. Y'all do a lot of studies and stuff, but and I do a lot of studies about things like that, and that's fine if y'all want to get paid. But I like my life. I don't want to rock no boats. I don't want to, and I think you well deserve your pay. Now, some of them out there, no, I don't think so.
Right.
They're just getting it for the clicks and the giggles, and I'm not in for that. No way.
Cheryl, the one that wants to talk, is in Kentucky between Madisonville and Henderson.
Oh, well, I live in Tennessee.
Yeah. So why don't you guys send emails to me if you want to hook up with Pearl, and then no, she has no email. I just have the number she calls in on, and I'm not giving that out. So email me if you want to talk to Pearl, and I'll vet it for Pearl.
Yeah, I don't want to set nothing up where I get no money or anything. I don't want nothing like that. I don't want to have to go. I'm retired.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to go back.
Maybe
to that 401k.
Maybe you can get an email set up, Pearl. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would probably
I'd
be
like
best.
to be able to talk to people and stuff, but I don't want to have to go back and have to start doing all them taxes every year. And I finally got past that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I spent many years going to the tax place, and I know you have to claim them because it's money.
Listen, guys. I don't want anybody's phone number. Don't send me your phone number because we're not exchanging phone numbers. If she gets an email, we'll hook it up because I'm not getting in the middle of that.
And I'm kind of leery about it because, it's all my opinions and allegedly and speculation. People say, well, they'll sue you. They'll sue you.
Are you on
I'm saying-
Facebook, Pearl?
I'm on Facebook, yeah.
Oh, well, you should join my Facebook group. The J is for
I
Justice.
will. What's it on?
It's called J is for Justice podcast. It's a group on Facebook.
Oh, I'm probably already on that.
All right, well, make a post in there and say, hi, it's Pearl. Okay, so everybody knows it's you. And if you guys want to go to Facebook and join the group, y'all can talk there. And that way it's private. I don't want to put any of this stuff out there. Y'all can talk on
Yeah, 'cause
Facebook.
Can people really actually take you to court for what your opinions are?
Yeah, just let's all meet in the Facebook group. That's a good idea. Because sometimes Discord's a little hard for people. I mean, I can barely figure out Discord. So Facebook's always a good old standby. We have a pretty good sized group there, and a lot of us are already in it. So I think that would be a good way.
Just pay it back and forth.
Yeah, it's like a little, it's just like a private group where I'll put like, different
okay.
stories in there, and then you can comment underneath them. So if you go into there,
Okay.
if you go into the Facebook group, you can just make a post, and
Okay, that'd be great.
then other people can reply to it.
All right, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, I love y'all. Y'all take care.
Hey, thank you for sharing with us tonight. I always look forward to your calls, Miss Pearl.
I always look forward to talking to y'all. Y'all have a good one.
And
Let's just pray for the babies.
Go ahead.
All right, good night.
Hey. Listen, I'm sorry for you.
Hey.
I'm sorry for your losses too.
Well, it is what it is. I got up this morning and seen my chickens dead and squirrel. She called and said the squirrel was dead, and I just been squalling. But it'll be all right. I was already looking for me another cat or a dog. I don't know. When I get like this and lose something, I want something else to love. And I got 3 dogs and 2 cats.
Well, you have
Or not been doing like that.
Well, you go spend time with those doggies, all right?
I
You're
will, and thank y'all
awesome.
so much. And y'all have a great one.
All right.
God bless.
You too, Pearl. Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, bye. Go meet Pearl in the Facebook group. Cheryl, I just want to clarify. I know you weren't meaning any harm. I don't think anybody here was meaning any harm. I think we all are coming from a good place. I just want to protect everybody, when it gets to phone numbers and then it gets to podcasters getting involved with phone numbers, it gets a little dicey sometimes. So that's all. But I just wanted to reiterate that Caleb Harris has been identified as the remains in that wastewater station in Corpus Christi. Very sad stuff. So we'll see what happens now. I'm sure the next questions will be, is there foul play involved? How did he get in the manhole? Are they going to be able to figure it out? He was 5'9", you guys, and like 180 pounds. Those manholes aren't very big. I love her values too. I love the old school. I love that. I didn't have that. Like, you guys are like, oh, and here in Tennessee, we do that. We make our own medicine. And I've never had that. I've never experienced that. I think that's so cool. I just sit here and listen. Yeah, no addresses, no phone numbers. Let's just keep it on the apps. Let's keep it in Facebook, if you will. Yes, good point, Sherry. Don't ever give anyone your address. You can stay on your socials, keep your screen names, whatever it is that you use. But no one needs your address. No one needs your phone number. And if you can't figure out Discord, there's always Facebook. Look, I have bubbles. Why do I have bubbles? Did you guys see the bubbles on me? That was so weird. Yeah, he's a decent sized kid. He's a decent sized kid. Well, I think that's a good way to end it. I love ending with Miss Pearl. That way you guys can go back and reference all of her tincture recipes if you want to. It will be right here at the end of this video. Yeah, it is behind gates, isn't it, Lee Michelle? Yeah, Facebook's a good backup. Thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate you as well. I was today years old and I found out you had a Facebook group. Yep, I've had it for a long time. Facebook page, if you haven't liked it, go like it. I think we're like 26,000 likes on the Facebook page, J is for Justice. So if you haven't visited, please do. JLR did a short video saying LE is saying it's not homicide for Caleb. Wow. Sherry, I'll have to check. If not, can you just resend it? Thank you, Forgotten DV survivors. Let's close out this foul play. 71%. He said that there's no foul play by investigators. So interesting. Good night, Karen in Edinburgh. I love you too, guys. I love you too, Sherry. It almost reminds me of the Watts. It's really sick. But maybe they'll come out and tell us how it happened. I don't know. I know a lot of you are like, I'm calling bullshit, right? All right, guys. I'm actually off tomorrow unless something comes up. I don't know. Keep your eye on Every Day with Jay. I spontaneously pop up there every now and then, depending on what's going on here in my life and on the tubes. But make sure you're subscribed to my second channel. And if not, I'll see you on Friday. We are really close to those goals. Look at. We are so freaking close. We're like right there at the membership. We're right there at the super chat goal. And Jay's studio fund is only about $60 short. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
I'm sexy and I know it.
I'll work out. Let's run our credits. I'll see you guys. Stay safe. So much for watching. If you enjoyed this live stream or video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my latest content. Want to take it a step further? Bring it all in. And join our community clickers by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You'll get exclusive access to our Discord server, special channel perks, and much more. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.
Click. It's real easy, man.
You and your problems, I don't give a damn. You talk way too much, I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time.
Okay! One Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Jennifer loves horses. Hi, Jennifer.